This Family Life News podcast is made possible by the support of listeners like you.
This is Faith Under Fire. We take you straight to the front lines of religious battlegrounds. I'm news anchor Sarah Harnisch, and with me today, Prison Fellowship's Jermaine Wilson. We're talking Angel Tree. You spent 7 years behind bars, had your criminal record expunged, and then later became the first full-time mayor of Leavenworth, Kansas. Father of 5, husband and minister. Wow, what a redemption story. Tell me what happened.
Growing up, I was exposed to drug crimes and violence at an early age, and I didn't understand my purpose. I was searching for love in all the wrong places, and I tried to find my identity through material things and throughout the world, which led to a long, dark path that ended up in destruction and in incarceration. And it took me going to prison to discover my purpose, because I just wanted to be loved, and everything that I had tried to experience in my life never fulfilled me, never satisfied me, through drugs, through incarceration, through gang lifestyle. But it wasn't until I surrendered and gave my life to the Lord, that's when I was fulfilled and God satisfied me, and I found my identity through Christ Jesus.
What was it that ended up landing you in prison?
Possession of narcotics, became addicted to drugs, and I ended up selling drugs to supply my habit. I was just lost, and I was doing everything else that everybody else was doing around me. I wasn't strong enough to pull back and start doing those positive things. I began to settle for those things that caused me to suffer. I was trying to find myself through the wrong ways and doing the wrong things.
What's it like being inside a prison cell?
Well, it was dark. It was lonely. It was painful. I was locked down 23 hours a day. I just had so much time to think, and I just really started to think, how did I get here? And I remember looking in the mirror one day, and the person that was looking back at me, I didn't even recognize who that person was. And that's when I knew I had to change, because I was so lost. My dad had been to prison, my siblings were in prison, and I was in prison. And I asked myself this question: is this the life that I want for my son to experience? I said no. I knew if I wanted something different, I had to become different. And that's when I joined Prison Fellowship.
In 2020, you became the first formerly incarcerated person to serve on the Kansas Sentencing Committee. And as a mayor, you're in charge of the police. I mean, this is a real-life Joseph story.
Yes.
It's crazy. How did the shift happen inside of you from a failure to chosen?
Well, the shift first started when I was in prison. When I joined the Prison Fellowship Academy, the program equipped me with the tools that I needed to become a good citizen. And I was able to discover that no life is beyond God's reach. God has a plan and a purpose for my life. And I learned the importance of a healthy community that's going to support you, hold you accountable, and also be able to push you forward. I wanted to be the change that my community needed. And so I learned how to become a better person and a leader while in Prison Fellowship Academy program. And that transferred out once I got out of prison.
Many at this time of year cannot shake that failure feeling. What would you say to them?
God has a plan and a purpose for each one of our lives. We all fall short. We all make mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Your past is a place to learn from, not live in. You are not defined by your history. God has a plan and a purpose for each one of us, but we have to take the step forward and walk into the destiny that God has called and created us for.
Take me inside the cell. How does Prison Fellowship operate over Christmas for those that are behind bars? And what did it mean to you to have them there?
So Prison Fellowship Angel Tree program equips churches to serve incarcerated parents by providing a pathway for strengthening and restoring their relationships with their children and families. And so I was able to sign up my son to receive a gift on my behalf. Although I was in prison, not able to be physically present in my son's life, God used the church to be his hands and feet. And through God's presence, the church was able to present a gift on my behalf. And it gave me hope as a father, knowing that I still have a purpose. I still have an opportunity to let my son know that I love him, I miss him, and I'm always thinking about him. And the church was able to present that gift to my son on my behalf. Prison Fellowship Angel Tree provides that opportunity.
2.7 million children in the United States have an incarcerated parent. This is a very hard time of year for them. Your children signed up for Prison Fellowship's Angel Tree program. You just mentioned that while you were incarcerated. Tell me what it was like for them to get a gift.
My son, he's actually able to travel with me and share the story. I remember he was just sharing his experience when he received a gift during Christmas time. He was thankful and very grateful to know Dad didn't forget about him. Although Dad wasn't physically there, through that gift, he was able to feel a connection with me. And he's just always thankful knowing that I did not forget about him. I did what I could to be able to stay connected. And it was through that gift that God was able to establish that connection and to use the church to be able to do so.
How can we take part in Angel Tree?
God tells us in his word to continue to remember those that are in prison. And it is an opportunity to be able to be the hands and feet of Jesus, to serve and meet the needs of the children who has a parent that's incarcerated. And so when God says, remember those that are in prison, the best way to remember is to serve, because remembrance without action is incomplete. We have an opportunity to serve children with an incarcerated parents by signing up and participating in Prison Fellowship Angel Tree program. There is currently 55,000 children that still need to be served this upcoming Christmas time. You can help make a difference by presenting a gift on behalf of the incarcerated parents, but most of all, being the hands and feet of Jesus and presenting the gospel to those that need it the most, which is the children.
There's someone listening who feels like a failure right now. They feel stuck, like they have very little to give to anyone. How do you get through a valley season?
Don't allow your past mistakes to define who you are. The world would define you by your past, but God redefines you by his purpose. You are not a mistake. You are not a failure. God created you on purpose, for a purpose. Hold on to God, because God is the key to hope. If you want to experience freedom from your past, accept Jesus Christ into your life today, and you will be transformed and healed.
Learn more at prisonfellowship.org.
Thank you for listening to this Family Life News podcast. If you've been encouraged by what you've heard, please share it with others and click the subscribe button to automatically receive future episodes. Family Life is a listener-supported ministry. Podcasts like this are made possible by your financial partnership. Find out more at familylife.org.